In a world filled with magic, gods and men make war. The fabric of time is torn asunder, though the true tempest is not yet upon us. None shall weather these trials alone, and few survive them together, for there can be no balancing of the scales in the wake of ebon storms.
Last time in Ebon Storms, Episode 11, Charn, Nifgit, and Galena arrived in Aragorn and got Charn past the guards disguised as a priest of Illuma. After examining the situation, Charn intuited that the assassination attempt would be made from the sailing ship that would be parading past the Archbeacon's podium during his address to the people. All three infiltrate the ship and begin searching for the assassins, while Nifgit and the party focused on Aragorn to stop one attack. We learned of Selegna's plans for another, the burning of Shazgarath. Back on the ship, Nifgit, Galena, and Charn found what they were looking for, Dark Priest preparing to murder the Archbeacon. The three moved to halt the attempt. The Dark Priest recognized Charn and drew attention to him, looking for a diversion in which to complete their mission. Charn, Nifgit, and Galena avoided the ensuing panic and succeeded in stopping the Dark Priest. In the melee, the ship caught fire and without a helmsman ran aground. Though Charn disappeared in the flames, he eliminated the Dark Priest's greatest weapon, the perfect chains. And now, Episode 11, No More Words.
Nearby, the rest of the party, Allandra, Elrad, Thangar, Marsen, Krannik, and Trellin, frantically crosses the streets of Aragorn, headed for the pier. They study every white robe they come across, looking for a face they know, hoping that they aren't too late.
We'll never find them. Charn probably made Nifgit write that note to lead us here. They're probably halfway to the east already.
What Thangar says is possible. Charn has 10 marks to his credit.
We've been through this. Everything in the note makes sense. If we're honest with ourselves, we can't truly believe that Charn is a killer. I think it's the traitor on the High Council that's caused all this. If the traitor was desperate enough to try to kill a blue mage, then assassinating priests won't be a far cry. All we accomplished by destroying Ralcazar was to slow down the growth of the Black Church. Perhaps we have yet to finish the task. Allandra, who heads the Church of Darkness now?
There have been several leaders since Ralcazar's defeat, but the church hasn't begun to prosper until recently. I believe his name is Selegna, but I know little more than that. The Dark Church hides itself well, but if Selegna wants power in Remelia, he goes about it the right way.
What do you mean?
The Guild, the Church, the Thieves' Claves. The Guild contains many powerful mages, but having a traitor on the High Council cripples it at the least. And if the traitor happens to be aligned with the Dark Church, then we are all doomed. The Church of Illuma is a symbol of our hope that the darkness has an end. If it falls, and it will if the High Priest is assassinated, we will lose our hope.
And if the church falls, the thieves will be to blame. We'll all be hunted down and lynched on sight.
With the powers of the land out of the way, Selena could take over easily.
One should be careful what subjects one discusses in public.
Cresten? Sir Cresten of Dinadan?
The party turns around to see a paladin, clad in full ceremonial armor. He wears a finely polished holy sword at his side, identical to Farsha's.
Cresten, it's been a long time.
I heard about Farsha's death, friend Thangar. She died with honor?
Yes, but I'd give up my own to get at whoever's responsible for her death.
Come with me, then.
What do you mean?
The Archbeacon has sent me to find you. He wishes to speak with you on a matter of gravest urgency.
Then he's still alive?
Yes, of course, though an attempt was made. Please, come. Father Nifgit is there as well.
Nifgit! Good, we found him.
He waits for you at the cathedral, as do many of the answers to your questions. Let us hasten, then.
Lead the way, Sir Knight.
Led by Sir Cresten, the party quickly makes its way towards the cathedral. As they draw near, The number of city guards and paladins increased to staggering proportions. When they approach the outer gates to the cathedral, a squadron of paladins surrounds the party, protecting them from the still frantic rush of the crowd. A veritable mob surrounds the stone walk, straining to see those led through the temple gates. Inside the cathedral, the party is quickly led in the direction of the Archbeacon's waiting chamber. Passing scores of beacons and well-armed paladins, the group finally arrives at a small, well-lit room. The High Priest, Nifigit, and Galena are already seated.
Allandra, Elrod, you're safe. I can't tell you how relieved I am.
I told you Elrod and I would escape. Have you no faith in us, Father?
Where is Charn? I heard there was an attempt on your life, Your Holiness. I assure you that the thieves' clave had...
Save your explanations, miss. I make no accusation against Charn or the thieves' clave. I know of Charn's innocence. I have been told that I have my life to thank for him. The Black Church has been responsible from the outset. Would you explain further, Father Nifigit?
I don't know where Charn is exactly, or if he still lives.
Don't say that.
The last we saw of him, he was standing on the edge of a burning ship, separated from us in an angry mob by a wall of flames.
Charn jumped ship and swam to shore.
I beg your pardon, miss, but that would be a hard swim. The water in the bay chills quickly. Few could make a swim like that.
We're all used to doing the impossible.
I thought you didn't care what happened to him.
I don't. Much.
Fire on a ship. Pier. Mayhap you should start at the beginning, Nifigit.
No, we have not the time for that. Father Nifigit, did you not tell me that the dark priests who captured you said they had been expecting you?
Yes, he said we were playing directly into their hands, but they failed. You still live. Was this not the reason Illuma called me away from Shazgareth, so that we might prevent the Church's downfall, by saving you?
When I came to you in secrecy in Shazgareth, I told you I could not explain why you had to go to the Girding Deep. The truth was that I didn't know. I had only been given that information in a vision from Illuma herself. She showed me things which until now I didn't understand. She told me the Dark Church threatened to reign once again. She said the Children of Light were needed still. Then she sent me to you. Selegna has become powerful and highly respected among his church. Not since long ago has the Church of Evil been so strong. My scholars and paladins tell me Selegna's faith is very strong. It will take another great one such as Valaria, to face him. I am the Archbeacon of Illuma's church, its highest mortal member, but not the one chosen as guardian.
Nifigit. That's ridiculous. Valaria wielded her faith in Illuma as unyielding power. She is a heroine, a legend. I am a small-town priest. And you would compare us? I'm no guardian.
Aren't you? You've spent your entire life protecting those in your charge in Shazgareth. All who wear Illuma's robes are guardians of some sort. I am much in the eyes of the people, but I spend my time sitting in Aragorn worrying about church policy and diplomatic relations. I am sometimes no more than a figurehead to be weighted down by the business affairs of Romelia. You, Nifigit, you affect Romelia. The people in Shazgareth use your faith as an example to live by. They survive on your hope. It is your comfort that gets them through tomorrow. Selegna knows that if your faith fails, if you turn your eyes away from the light, then so can the souls of all Illuma's followers. That is what he counts on. That is why you bear the title of Guardian.
But how can the faith of a small-town priest be used to fight an enemy as powerful as Selegna?
Remember your history, Father. Ralcazar ruled by military might and power. He was beaten by someone who was willing to manifest her faith by wielding it as a weapon. Valaria had to be willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. The ages have cycled once more. We stand at the storm's eye. What happens now will determine the future of our world.
Selegna represents a much greater threat than Ralcazar, Your Grace. His attacks come subtly, quietly. He plays on the emotions of others, using them against us, undermining our faith. Some things he does only to increase our pain. Look at how effective simple rain and thunder has been to dampen the spirits of the people.
Selegna works to gain control over Romelia by destroying the icons of each power which stands in his way, the ones people look to for leadership. Everyone looks to someone in their time of need, when their burdens become too much to bear. If Selegna can break the people's faith in those they look to for guidance, he has broken them. A traitor on the Guild High Council destroys not only the Guild, but the balance as well.
And, although most dislike thieves, we've never been thought of as killers until now. With the Clays as the target for the people's rage, Selegna might go unnoticed until it's too late.
hate and anger, without a strong leader like you, Your Grace, would destroy the church. People would lose faith.
But why do we speak of this? The threat is ended. The High Priest still lives.
But what about you? You are the children of the light. Selegna's workings focus on you. You are the ones he wishes to destroy.
Us?
Look at yourselves. In this room, all the powers mentioned are present. Selegna knows that you are Illuma's chosen. That explains all of his actions.
Then he killed Farsha.
He has hurt all of you. How many of you did not have doubts as to Charn's innocence? Selegna has figured out what Ralcazar might have missed. Power and strength are hopelessly intertwined with faith and confidence. Selegna does not want to attack you directly, because you might prove too strong.
I need to sit down.
Allandra, your necklace is...
Gareth, is that you? Gareth?
No, my lady. He cannot speak with you now. I've taken care of it.
Lantris, what have you...
I did not betray. I saved the guild.
Help!
Allandra!
The necklace chokes her.
I will be killed to the new age.
A psionic attack? How is that possible?
The Mirror Stone has much power when one has the courage to wield it. Feel that power as it kills you.
I'll break the chain.
Cresten!
She's dying! Allandra, listen to my voice. Remember the illusion at Morven Reach? Take that strength from me and push it from your...
Illuma be with us in our time of need.
I couldn't stay with her. I've never felt so much psychic power before.
Allandra?
Elrad?
I'm here. Just rest a moment. What has happened?
The attack stopped. The traitor just ceased to exist. I don't understand it. I felt Gareth's presence at the last.
Cresten! Cresten!
He should be fine in a while, but he'll have a big headache.
Allandra, we thought you were going to die.
That necklace is quite powerful. It holds vast mental potential.
Take that thing off before he tries again.
No, Krannik. I think Lantris is dead.
Trellin? What's wrong?
We're the only ones left.
What? What do you...
Selegna's enemy is Illuma. Illumina's guardian is Nifigit. Selegna wishes to strike. Where would he do it?
Nifigit's heart.
Shazgraf.
No! He mustn't!
No!
Then you must go there.
But we're a week away.
My family!
We'll never make it in time.
Lutho!
Nifigit, be calm. We will trust in Illuma to get you there.
But
How?
if you have faith, Illuma will provide.
Martha!
My goal is to find Charn. He isn't in Shazgarath, so I continue my search. Farewell.
No, I'm coming with you. I want to find Charn.
We haven't time for this. Shazgarath and my family are in danger. Your Grace, use your power and send us to Shazgarath. Do something. Do something!
Back in Shazgarath, destruction reigns. Every building stands burning or broken. Bodies pile up in the streets as the dark priests do their foul work. ShadowRiders duck and dart around, looting and burning and killing and destroying all within reach. Death is everywhere. The only building which remains untouched is the humble shrine of Illuma, an island of calm in a sea of apocalypse. The party appears in the center of town in a burst of radiant light, the work of the High Priest and Nifigit's driving need. They witness the devastation.
No!
Nifigit takes off at full speed towards his home. The rest are left stunned until a group of ShadowRiders approaches a moment later.
Look here, man, they finally arrived. You like what we've done for the place?
Trellin's wail causes the horses to rear, throwing their riders. Allandra uses the diversion to begin a spell while Thangar wields his Baldric blade at the foe. Krannik runs off after Nifigit.
Who's first?
Die, scum!
Paralar, Malajax, Kandrovar!
Thangar starts battling the enemy when suddenly Allandra steps forward as a shower of blue glitter springs from Allandra's outstretched palms, falling upon the enemy. The riders flinch, then look about in surprise as nothing happens.
It did do nothing.
May the pain of 1,000 lances drive into your eyes.
Thangar obliges with his great sword.
That's all of them. Where'd Krannik go?
He must have gone after Nifigit.
They've got Trellin.
The adventurers turn around to see a pair of dark priests, Trellin carried between them, pass into a burning tavern.
I'll save Trellin. Go find the others.
In another part of town, Nifigit struggles into the burning remains of his cottage. Flames lick the roof even as he darts around the burning furniture, searching frantically.
Lutho! Martha! Martha!
Nifigit passes into the smothering heat of the flaming kitchen. Martha, limbs broken, lies in an unnatural position on the floor, her skin burned nearly to ash, one frail breath away from dying.
Martha!
I knew you'd come.
No, Martha, don't! No! No! No!
Brokenly sobbing, Nifigit kisses his dead wife, then runs out of the stifling heat, face flushed with heat, grief, and a terrible anger. Once outside the conflagration, he stands with hands tightly clenched. Nifigit vents his pain, when suddenly a ghostly vision of Selegna appears before him.
Father, what an unusual manner of prayer. For what do you praise Illuma this day?
You!
Oh, come now. You're Illuma's chosen, her valiant warrior.
You!
Does your wife still lay in the kitchen where I crushed her bones in my hands? No matter. But where has your little boy run off to? I'm sure he lies round somewhere. Again, no matter. I trust you will know where to find me.
Selegna's shade evaporates just as Krannik runs up, shocked at the senseless destruction.
Nifigit, what happened?
No questions, Krannik. I go to rid the world of at least one evil.
Selegna, you know where he is?
Yes. Where else would he be?
Across town, Thangar barrels into a tavern, leaping over dead bodies and broken furniture, ignoring the bartender who lies impaled upon a jagged piece of window glass. Scanning the carnage with a callous eye, Thangar jumps and kicks his way to the stairs.
Trellin! This stinks of a trap.
Movement catches the corner of Thangar's eye, who turns in time to see the shadow of a black robe disappearing out the door.
Stop!
The trap is sprung as fire erupts everywhere at once. Thangar leaps to the stairs, knowing instinctively that Trellin lies above.
Trellin! Trellin, where are you? Mercy of...
Thangar's stomach wrenches at the sight before him in the burning bedroom. Trellin hangs suspended, writhing in midair, bleeding from gashes in her wrists and ankles, as dark priests chant a vicious prayer to the Lord of Night. Her blood feeds the shadowed flames.
Trellin!
Thangar, help me!
Stand away from her, demons! I said...
One dark priest loses his head to a swipe of the warrior's sword, but the other lays a hand upon Thangar's chest before he can move to avoid. Thangar drops to the floor, paralyzed. The dark prayer interrupted, Trellin lands on her knees, shaking from the blood loss.
I can't move.
The cold hand of night will keep you still, but you can yet scream when I cut your heart out.
Dark Priest picks up the dropped Maldrick blade, preparing to stab Thangar when... Trellin screeches a note of hatred at him, and the Dark Priest sinks to the floor, ears fountaining blood. She runs over to Thangar and caresses his face.
I didn't hurt you, did I? The focus was so near.
I can't hear very well. I can't move very well either. My legs don't want to move. Trellin, go. Get out before the floor falls in and kills you.
With a sudden thought, Trellin picks up Thangar's sword, then thrusts it through the second-story window, throwing it out afterward, then lays a hand upon Thangar's shoulder.
Help me get you to the window. We'll jump.
We're 30 feet up. We'll break our necks. Well, I guess it's better than burning, though.
They plummet to the ground when a sudden wind, smelling of spring leaves, rushes upwards, slowing their descent. At the bottom, Trellan's voice gives out, and they fall the remaining few feet to land in the bloody muck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Trellan, when I saw you up there, I thought for a moment I was going to have to attend another funeral.
Don't.
And it scared me. It scared me more than all the Black Priests in Romelia.
Trellan and Thangar help each other to stand, then look up to see the rest of their companions running towards them.
Thangar, Trellan, you're alive. How?
We saw you jump.
Never mind. Is the attack over?
We're not sure. All the priests just disappeared all at once. The ShadowRiders all ran out after Allandra cast that spell.
No more words. We go to Morven Reach now. The darkness will pay for this.
What about the people in town? Don't they need our help?
Sheriff Micah still lives. He's helping the others avoid the Xenocarians. Nifigate, I saw Luther with the sheriff. He's badly burned, but he lives.
Good. He's safe from... Enough words. No more games. We go now. Illuma's light burns for release.
Lead the way, Guardian.
Starring, in order of appearance, Michael A. Tomazic as the narrator, Bert Jean as Thangar, Jennifer Lewis as Marceni, Chris Biddle as Krannik the Green, Erin A. Koch as Allandra the Blue, Chris Hutchins as Elred, Thomas E. Ruddick as Sir Cresten, John Young as Father Nifigate, Ron Temple as the High Priest of Illuma, Tara Bradley as Galena, Christine Long as Trellan, Kurt M. Wiegel as Lantris the Blue, Thomas E. Ruddick as ShadowRider number 4, Scott Spear as ShadowRider number 5, Margaret Sterling as Martha, Rod Berry as Selagna, and Thomas E. Ruddick as Dark Priest number 3. Ebon Storms was written and directed by Shane Ernst and Darrell Goffinet. Original music composed and performed by Edward Hauser and Scott Spear. Chief Editor, Shane Fox. Technical Engineer, Scott Spear. Art and Publicity, Shane Fox. Last Summer Productions would like to thank the Western Kentucky University Department of Music and Purdue University. This is Shane Ernst. This has been a Last Summer production.